All right, today we're going to tie with this giant calf tail. Uh, Bucktail, the fibers are long, straight, but these calf tail fibers are softer, thinner, but they offer good movement in the water, like a bucktail. Most people are tying wings with calf tail, dry fly wings, things like that. But because of the length of the material, I think it would be good streamer material too. So we're going to do some calf tail, try to do an articulated calf tail tie, fly tie. Let's get our zoomy zoom. 1 second here. All right. How close do we want it? Maybe that's good. Position. That's good. Hooks, I was thinking a little bit bigger. I'm not gonna. I don't think I want to do like a double hook situation. I'm just gonna try to do a single hook with an articulation. We'll see how that looks. But while I'm putting that in, I need to do the articulated piece first. I've been kind of making some shanks here, kind of toying with it, seeing how big I need it. I made a good one. I'll make a new one for you. So we have some 0.8 mil wire. We just cut off a bit of that with the old rusty needle nose, and then we'll kind of straighten that wire out. We'll bend one end up, and then we'll bend one to the side. But since this is a non-hook bearing, I don't know, maybe throw a little hook on there. I don't know. Nah, let's not. Yeah, so we have one bent to the side, one sticking straight up. We'll bend that one down. Kind of gauge our length here. It's good. You're gonna want to kink it around something. So I'm just gonna hang it from this old bodkin, and then I'm gonna press it with the needle nose. Just press it down flat. The jewelry pliers do this as well. So now it's flat. I get a nice circle point, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Pinch it down, and then we got 1 point, and then one tie-in point, and then the other tie-in point. Then I'm just going to push them with my fingers so they're a little bit in line. Squeeze them down. Your thread wraps will also keep them in place. Gotta straighten them out. Pinch this one a little bit more. That's good. All right, that's our shank. Shanky McShank. Let's put the shank in. Which end? I think we want a horizontal tie-in. So we'll put this end in. Weighting. So if you're not putting a hook on the shank of the articulated streamer, adding a little weight to it helps it kick. It'll help the action. So I think we'll do a couple wraps of not too much. Don't go extreme. I've put tungsten beads on the end of these for bigger like pike flies, and it really helps with you can get a nice swim, like a jerk bait. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's get our thread. I'm thinking pink. We'll do pink thread today. Pink on the streamer is always good. Let's get that in the bobbin. I'm gonna suck it through like a heathen, but not on camera. All right, here we go. Let's tie it down. We want to cover those sharp ends of the shank so it doesn't snap your thread, and just get a nice thread base on the shank. It'll help it keep it nice and strong. Take them a strong hand. And then we'll do a few wraps of lead-free round wire on the base of that shank to help it kick a little bit and help the swim. And we'll get some of that, and then we'll put that on the end. There we go. Loose wraps, and then we can gather it, kind of push it in place with our thumb. We'll start now so it doesn't get too extreme. Just kind of putting it together. So it sits nice. Let's keep wrapping. Keep wrapping. Just a little bit of weight at the end to help it swim. Not too much. The hook we're using is a little bit heavier hook. I'm not going to do dumbbell eyes. I'm going to instead, so the pattern design. So I'm going to do like a dungeon style, palmered body, calf tail wing. The calf tail is replacing marabou. Everything's a variation of a woolly booger. And then the head, instead of dumbbell eyes, we'll do kind of a dubbing head, trimmed out to get a good face, and it'll be swimming nice. I think it'll have a really big, nice profile and yet castable. The goal is to be able to cast it on a 4-weight. That's our goal. So let's take out a little bit of this calf tail, tie the tail. That's enough. We don't need it too heavy. But, well, let's clean up the butts a little bit. And we'll do 2 loose wraps. And then we'll position with our thumb. That might be even too long, but we're making a pretty big fly here. This might be the largest fly I would fish for trout. Make maybe like 5 inches. It'll be. The shank's pretty big. And then we need a body material. I'm not gonna make this too complicated. So I'm gonna use where is it? I had some sparkly chenille. Sparkly chenille, where are you? Ooh, this might be nice. Little, yeah, let's throw a little bit of that. So this is Ripple Ice pink shrimp, but it's kind of got these kinks in it, and it kind of that gives a lot of character to your pattern. So let's put a little bit of that in. A little ripple ice. Got a nice ripple ice action. All right, now we need the body. Find that. Chenille. Where are you, Chenille? Should have looked for this before we started tying. Oh boy. Might have to substitute if we can't find our chenille. This could be interesting. I found a large strand of baitfish emulator. This could be interesting. I could cut the baitfish emulator down. I'd be wasting a ton of material, but it'd be real interesting looking. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So this is a pre-made dubbing material. What do they call them? Brush. This is a pre-made brush. It's super heavy. And I'm gonna thin this out. I'll try to save. I'll try not to waste the stuff I cut out, but I'm gonna leave about a inch and a quarter. I'll try to not cut it super uniform. Kind of cutting it. Okay, that'll be good. I could even dub with the stuff I cut out. It's all synthetic. A little bit more for this section. I don't want too much material buildup. Again, the goal is four weight castability. That's our goal. So here's the stuff that I cut out. Here's what is left of my brush. It's significantly shorter. We might take more out. We'll tie it in and we'll wrap it sparingly on our shank. Do really wide wraps. Wide. Try to get as much. So that's 2 wraps. Let's go 3 and then stop. We have a lot of material on here right now. And then we'll put a wing on there. I was thinking trout fly, but this might turn into a bass warm water streamer. Okay, that's good. All right, let's do wing. Because we're using the baitfish emulator, I'm not going to do rubber legs because it doesn't need any more body. Wing will sit on top. We'll have a little color variation with the gray and the green. Always nice. Let's kind of measure out this calf tail. Yeah, that looks good. And this one, we don't want it to roll. We want it just to sit on top. So I'm going to do 1 loose wrap, but I'm going to tighten it down and then tighten it down. I don't want this to roll. Nice and tight. All right. There is our back section of our articulated streamer. We'll put a little bit of glue on that so to kind of lock it in. Good. A little bit of glue. Oh, maybe I should have done another section of pink ripple. Yeah, we'll do it on the front part. A little bit of glue. lock that calf tail in. The calf tail will slip because the fibers are quite fine. Let's take it out. We got to trim some of these longs. Oh no, we'll keep them. We'll keep those longs. Yeah, so there's no hook on there. And we got. Let's measure this out and see what size hook is appropriate. So this is a 4, and this is about as big as I would go for like a trout hook. And it looks small on this. So I'm going to go one size up, but I don't know, like it might be unethical to fish for trout with a massive hook. We'll go one size up. Let's go one size up. And then we'll tie it in. Let's get our thread started. Can't forget the pink ripple. I could do the pink ripple as the back section of this, and it'll overlay on that wing. That's what we'll do. Tie-in we'll use the Kevlar. Ooh, yeah, Kevlar thread again, no bead. Kevlar thread again, no bead. Simple tie-in. You could use steel wire. I'm just going to use this thread. I'll double it up. This stuff is, I don't know the pound test, but it is strong. And it doesn't, the mono kind of deteriorates over time. I've had flies with the Kevlar thread, and they've maintained for many, many years. Okay. So we'll go up top, tie in. Thread that through, match it. Kind of floppy jalopy. I'd rather it not be that floppy. So we'll put it right there. We trapped a piece of flash. We're just gonna cut that out. Okay. Let's try to get it tight, so it's not it's pretty floppy. It won't catch. It's not gonna hang up because there's no hook on the back, but it is rather floppy. Maybe if I double up, make it's a little bit late right now. We'll keep it. Just try to tighten, get it as tight as we can. Minimize the flop. All right, let's double back just to be safe, and then we'll cut it off. And we'll put hit it with a little bit of glue. Okay, a little bit of glue. Too much glue. Way too much glue. Now we have to wait till it dries. Maybe we can help it out. Give it a little touch with some foam. Get rid of that excess. Yeah, good. All right. So we forgot to do pink ripple on the wing, so we'll do a little pink ripple here. pink ripple fiber. And then we will do, I'd like it on the sides. Looks good. I'll kind of fold it over gently. Tie it down. That looks nice. Got a little pink ripple, a little calf tail, a little bait fish emulator. I don't know what this is mimicking, but whatever it's mimicking, it's going to be good. All right, so now we have this. Do we take down? Yeah, I think I'm going to take this. We're using this synthetic brush. It's called Bait Fish Emulator. It's about 2.5 inches long. I'm going to take it down an inch, so it's 1.5. Still longer than what we have here. But not the full power of the brush. Full power, it'd be too much. So take out an inch, give a haircut. Maybe leave a couple of longies. That's good. Let's tie it in. Do a little tying point. Yeah. And then we don't have to tie this in uniform. We just cover as much as we can. We leave some space for the wing. And there's one wrap. There's 2 wraps. The articulation had 3 wraps, I think. There's 3. Do we stop? Let's do 4 and stop. And then there's 4, and 4 is a lot. But we're still in the short stuff, which is good. Let's tie it off. Trim it out. Or lock it in. Okay, looking nice. Let's do a little bit more of that pinky. Pink ripple. Pink ripple. One loose, 2 loose. Get it on the sides. And tie it in. A lot of synthetic on this. Good. Then we'll do one more section of calf tail, and then we'll build dubbing head, and then we're done. One more section of calf tail. Calf tail, squirrel tail. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be the new trend in streamer tying. Calf tail and squirrel tail. The material swims so well, and it's light, like bucktail. It just makes sense. Marabou's heavy. Marabou isn't durable. It's gonna be calf tail, squirrel tail. Holding the wing in position so it doesn't spin. And then, let's hit it a little bit of glue to lock it in. The calf tails, the hair is quite fine. It'll pull out of the tying point, so it's necessary to kind of lock it in there. And we'll do dubbing head. You could do deer hair head, but I don't want to do dumbbell eyes. So we're going to do dubbing head. Let's find good color. We have gray on top, green on the bottom, which is usually reverse. They usually do darker on top, lighter on the bottom. We're just working with what we have. So what color should the head be? Maybe like gray, I think. Yeah, we'll try a gray head. Gray head. Gray brown, gray. Oh, here we go. So here's some gray. This is a small piece of Nayat, well used. It's got a lot of under fur, and we'll use that to build the head of this. So let's cut some of it out. And then we'll split some of this long. We want to keep some of that longer stuff in there. So we'll kind of split that up. Yeah, split that up, and then we'll blend this, and then we'll blend this with the little flashy dubbing, or flashy flash, not flashy dubbing, flashy flash, green, maybe darker color. Kind of blend it. Let's add a little yellow. Let's add a little bit yellow. Give it a little character. And then we'll add a little dark green. Blend it. That looks good. And then we'll add a little dark green. This is good dark green here. This color. Okay, put that in our ball of fluff and mix that up. Perfect. We're gonna loosen this ball of dubbing up, and then I'm gonna veil it over the head. I want to get the thread up toward the wing. I'm going to veil it, just one loose wrap. Check my distribution, looks good. Tighten down, and then advance the thread. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to do another clump. Yeah, I think I need more. So I reversed that wrap. I'm going to do another clump there, and then I want substantial material on this head. One loose, tighten down, and advance. Yeah, that looks better. And let's put a little bit up toward the nose piece. One loose. Oh, come on. Yep, tighten down. Advance. There's going to be super glue into this head, so I'm not worried about the durability, the connecting. So one loose is enough. Let's tie it off and then pick it out. I'll tie it off. That's enough. One is enough. Trim it out. Pick it out. And pick. The more you pick, the better you get, the better the result is. Pick, pick, pick. Pick, pick, pick. That looks good. Now we shape. Before we shape, let's brush back a little bit. Just see what we got. Okay. I know what we gotta cut. Let's sharpen the old skiz by trimming some foil. Yep. Skiz is sharp. Pick it again. And now I'm just gonna trim out that face. Trim out that face. There we go. There we go. Let's remove. Okay, good. Work it a little bit more. Mark it on the bottom. Get a nice shape. That looks good. A little bit more. And stop. All right, eyeball time. Eyeball time. Oh man, the hook is too small. Should have just put a big old honking hook on there. Because I don't think this is a trout fly anymore. I think we made us a warm water streamer. And if this is a warm water streamer, then it needs a bigger hook. Okay, I'm checking the sides. That's what we'll glue in our eyes. Clearing a landing spot. And then we'll just put them in right there. Eyeballs. Let's measure, see. I don't want them too big because because our hook is so small, it's gonna impede the hook gap. So these eyes are gonna be, I think, too small for the actual fly. Golden, brown. The brown looks good. Do the brown eye girl. Trim it out. Okay, we're ready. Get the glue. Eyeballs are on the left hand. Gluing with the right. Oh man, I keep seeing little strays. Find my spot. 1, 2, 2, 3, glue soaking in. Place my eye. Gently set it. Sitting a little bit far back, it's okay. It'll work. All right, we just have to match it on the next side. You have to sit it a little bit further back. One, 2, 3. Place the eye. Set the eye into the wool. The super glue soaking in, it becomes hard. We don't want to smush it because we don't want to. We want a nice round face. We don't want the angular, sharp face. Let's check this one. This one's a little bit loose. I didn't do a good glue job. It'll solidify. So if you don't get a good glue job, wait. Just wait. Let everything harden. Then come back and put a couple drops on the brow. That'll fix it. That'll fix it. Yeah, but they're on there. Not as solid as I'd like, but they're on there. Let's hit the nose piece with a little bit of glue. That's good. And we're done. Super easy. Calf tail, baitfish emulator, wool head. Throw it on the 4-weight. Light materials. None of it's going to hold water except for the head, maybe. But the head is wool, so it's not going to be that bad. That's what we got. And it's articulated. There's one articulated section. It's got a little bit of weight, so it'll kick. Pink ripple fibers. The idea was try to create a trout fly, but I think the body's just too big for the hook. I'll still give it a try, but I think the hookups aren't going to be great. And then the hook is too small for a bass fly, so I kind of messed up. I need to come back and hit those eyes again as well. That's what we got. We see one eye's a little floppy, but that's okay. We're done. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.